camera.
So our next story is something I am personally very happy about, and it's France is the first country to ban plastic cups, plates, and cutlery. So that will completely take out every pretty much plastic thing that you're used to seeing in a grocery store, in a restaurant, in a takeout place, everything. What it will be replaced by is something that is decomposable. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Biodegradable.
Same thing.
Cutlery or cupware. So at the same time, this doesn't cut out things like foamware, which I think is a really important thing to cut out because that's not even recyclable. But this actual bill will become in place in 2020, and it all cut out all single-use cutlery and will have to be made out of biologically sourced materials. The plastic ban was reported to be hidden away in a bill that was passed in summer 2015, but came into effect this month. And this was brought about by the Green Party in France that decided they want to make this push for a more eco-friendly country, and I think they're doing a great job. The beginning was that all of this started because the fish population was soon to take over the entire, or the plastic population in the water was going to take over the fish population, which, if that has to say anything, that means an entire truck full of plastic is being dumped into the ocean every minute.
Yeah, so this is good. A couple points that I think are interesting. One, like, you're never going to see this happen in America. The way that, like, our party system is set up with the Democrats and Republicans, you're never going to be able to see some legislation introduced. Like, France's government system is different than the United States, and they have this green political party that actually is able to have some clout, and the government as a whole is trying to make some positive changes. In terms of the plastic cutlery going away, I think it's really smart. I can't imagine that if you shift all of your resources away from producing plastic cutlery and into like biodegradable, I think you can probably get the prices down just as low.
Yeah.
That would be my take on it. And I can't tell you how many like plastic knives, spoons, and forks and plates I've thrown away in my lifetime, and
yeah.
I'm just one person.
Yeah, the only real caveat to this, and the reason why it's being pushed to 2020, is because they thought it would be antisocial in a way to enforce this rule right now when a lot of the lower class citizens rely on this plastic cutlery, which is something I'm not 100% sold on, because I know personally that silverware, actual forever silverware, is forever, and you have to buy more plasticware every single time that you use it. So I don't know how much truth is in that, but that's the decision that they came to, and I'm glad some decision was made and wasn't just cut out completely.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point. I do tend to think that, you know, if you're in a situation where you're like really pinching pennies, regular silverware seems like it would be better.
Yeah.
A lot of times low-income families end up in a situation where they eat out more often, because it's just easier, more convenient to do that, or just because like there isn't even a good grocery store near them. And when, like, you know, you have your Chinese takeout and they give you a plastic fork and, you know, a plastic knife or whatever, if they stopped doing that, if the Chinese restaurants said, okay, well, this law is into effect and it's too expensive for us to give this like recyclable, biodegradable cutlery, maybe you end up in a situation where that does negatively impact people that are not, you know, middle class or whatever and above. But I don't know the raw numbers on it. It may be a problem, it may not be. I don't really know.
All that matters is that something is finally being done, and I'm glad that France is the people to take the first step in this, because I think someone kind of has to be the initial astronaut catalyst to start this change. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in this, listen, no matter whether you like it or not, you go 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the line, the amount of plastic that we are, you know, introducing into the environment is not sustainable, and something's going to happen eventually. It's just in this case that France is actually willing to do something about it before everyone else.
Yeah, that's true.
Very cool. All right, folks, we are coming up on the break here on the Richard Fowler Show. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.